Hey, this is Ari Koinuma speaking, and today I wanted to share with you what this VHT V-Drive can do. It's an overdrive pedal with lots of knobs, but I tell you, it is crazy value. You can have this pedal for about $100, and what this pedal can do is just really a boutique overdrive for a really affordable price. Which is nice. Now I have to tell you that it's not quite as flexible, or it will not do as many things as their literature say it can do. But still, that doesn't take away from the fact that it just is a really nice, flexible overdrive. So it is a lot of knobs to fiddle. So today I'm going to try, to show a few settings to see what this pedal can do. All right. So here is the clean sound. Okay, the pedal in the select the select knob changes the pedal between diode lift and then 10 different sort of diode combinations. Now it's not 10 different like diodes, but it just has like 3 or 4 different kinds of LEDs and diodes that it just sort of combines. So anyway, here it is in the clean boost mode. Pedal off, pedal on. There is some breakup to be had even in the clean boost mode. I'm going to turn down the volume because it gets pretty loud. Alright, so here I have set the select to position 11, 10, 9, 8, which I'll write down what the combination stands for, but here's what it sounds like. Clean. On. I could turn up the volume because the bass sounds a little tighter. Alright, now I purposely set the texture knob to where it is because the way I see it, at this point it's the most open sounding, has the most definition, and then when you turn down there's a drastic effect on the tone in this sort of a first or this half of the throat. As you turn back the texture, it gets darker, but not sort of in a sort of tone knob kind of way. Actually, it sort of behaves kind of like a guitar's tone knob. It rolls off a very broad range of treble or something, so that it sounds smoother and warmer. But it's most effective when it's somewhere between the half and then this range. There's a fair amount of adjustment you can do. So you may want to adjust the drive and the tone and depth. It gets darker, so you can turn up the tone to make it brighter. It sounds a little bit more muffled, so you can turn up the drive. Now the depth knob is just notched one, and then you get sort of a varying amount of low end. So it gets tighter as you roll it back. So you can get really nice adjustment on how fat or thick the tone is. Anyway, for my strat, I just like to boost it a little bit. The tone, it just stays a little out of the way of the mid-range. So even when you roll it back, it doesn't really lose a lot of definition. Now, like I said, I like this texture up fair bit because that's where it's most defined, most saturated sounding. Alright, so here is the pedal set with the select knob to position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my favorite overdrive setting. But you may have noticed it doesn't sound very different from other positions. In fact, what it does is starting from the clean boost clean boost settings, when you roll back, go to a different positions, the point of saturation or breakup gets progressively lower. So the volume gets lower, the tone gets more compressed, and then the lower point in the drive, you get the breakup. But in terms of actual variation in tone and feel, they do exist, but it is so subtle, at least in my setup, that it's really, it just really feels like you're just basically adjusting where in the drive knob the breakup is. There is some difference, and I can tell you that this is my favorite position on the select knob. But that being said, I can get a very similar sound from most of the other positions on the select knob, except for the clean boost mode. So that's where I feel like they tried, and then it's a nice feature. They tried it, and then the marketing literature say you get 11 different variations in sound. I would say for practical purposes you get like 2. That's still, it still sounds great. And between the texture and depth and tone, you still get quite a bit of variation. So there you can still sculpt the tone quite a bit. Now there's one more small knob at the top, which is the voltage knob. If you can see, this one you're supposed to be able to set the voltage from somewhere like between 15 to 5 volt settings apparently. But that being said, again, that knob doesn't have a whole lot of impact. You hear some scratching when you turn the knob, or sometimes you do. Anyway, I turned it all the way down. Yep, So you might hear different sometimes if you turn up the depths and have a really muffled bassy sound. No, I don't. I really don't hear the difference. Now that being said, when you put it into the clean boost mode, then the voltage makes a difference. So let me just turn it back to where it's a clean boost. Now I adjust the voltage. See, as you can see, the breakup came to the clean boost mode even when it's set to fairly clean gain. So it has that sort of a fuzz-like tone. Okay, so that's with the lowest voltage. Now with the high voltage. Well, that was loud. Sorry about that. So in the other words, the select knob on the voltage, nice try, but not so useful. The texture, depth, and the tone, coupled with the gain, that still yields a lot of different sounds. So I would say, and then the guitar, the pedal feels great. Oops, it's pretty loud. It has a decent voltage volume knob cleanup also. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the other end and get the gainiest setting. So here. Okay, so with the select knob all the way to the gainiest setting, and then you do get more sort of a nice saturated compressed kind of overdrive. What you should notice though that it doesn't really turn the pedal into a high gain overdrive. It just after you hit saturation, this drive knob really doesn't change the gain a whole lot. As you can see that this half of the drive knob right now really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. So it just means that when you use the gainier mode in the select knob, then the drive knob is just the sort of the range of difference it makes gets smaller and smaller because it gets overdriven kind of earlier in the knob. So that's the main difference it makes. So that is a different sounds, slightly from the position 5 that I showed earlier, and then position 8. And then there it's so subtle variations exist, but all in all, the select knob doesn't do a whole lot of changing of the fundamental overdrive sound. But that being said, I think the way the other knobs are configured is fairly brilliant, and then the texture knob is really a nice feature. So for how much it costs, I think it's a really great value, and it's really sort of a fine-tunable overdrive that you can really sort of set it to your taste. So I think it still really offers a really great value. So if you find one, go check it out. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.